The things that you do on a daily basis become habits and shape not only your life and who you are, but also your face, your body, and overall attractiveness, or lack thereof. Some of the things that I'm about to mention you are likely doing and they're making you less attractive, and you need to stop doing them immediately. And some of them, especially on the top of my list, might surprise you. They're not very obvious. Man, the rain can come out of nowhere in North Carolina. And when you stop making these mistakes and start doing the things that I'm about to tell you, not only will you look more attractive, but you'll also smell better, look younger, and people will respect you more because you will be a badass. My name's Matt Artisan from The Attractive Man, and these are 10 things that make you look ugly. Now, starting at number 10 is long unkept fingernails, because women notice the details. And I've actually talked to a few women who have told me that they've cut dates early. They cut the date short because they noticed the guy had either too long or dirty fingernails. Because think about it, she doesn't want to get an infection down there, and she definitely doesn't want to get scraped or cut by your fingernails down there. It's a very sensitive region for a woman. Now, as guys, we usually don't notice a woman's fingernails right away, but women absolutely notice. But it doesn't mean just because you get manicures all the time that she's gonna go home and sleep with you. But if she notices your fingernails are unkept, then she's likely to decide right then and there not to. Number 9 is taking care of your stinky parts. Make sure your breath doesn't stink, man, because she's not gonna wanna kiss you if you have bad breath. So, of course, brush your teeth at least 2 or 3 times a day. Use mouthwash and use gum or mints, especially if you're going on a date or you're going to a bar or club, somewhere where you potentially might be standing very close to a woman. Because you don't want to have a girl that's totally into you, but then she gets turned off when she smells your gross breath and she decides she doesn't want to kiss you. I don't know about you, man, but I've been on dates with women with bad breath and it kind of sucks. Which is why I not only bring breath mints for myself, but I also bring them for her, just in case. And this should go without saying, but I have to say it, is use deodorant every single day. And if you're gonna go on a date, or again, go somewhere where you might meet a woman, then use it right before you go out. Because I've had a few clients who smelled like a dirty locker room, and that's a huge turnoff. So if you actually have body odor issues, then use cologne as well. I personally don't like cologne. I don't like spraying all these weird chemicals, I don't know what they are, onto my body. But I always take a shower in the morning and then again later on in the day if I'm gonna go out, because you never know when you might meet a woman. And you don't have to take this long 10-minute shower every time. Just wash your dirty parts, your armpit, your crotch, your ass, and your feet. Trust me, man, you can get in and out of a shower in about 30 or 45 seconds. If you've been following me for a while, then you know that anytime you leave the house, potentially you could end up on an instant date. By the way, if you're not already subscribed, click that subscribe button, follow me on Instagram, send me a DM, I'd love to chat with you, and hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss a thing. Next is smoking and drinking too much. Now, smoking is pretty obvious. We all know it's very bad for you. It's obviously bad for your body, and it's really bad for your skin. If you've been smoking from the age of 15 to like 40, by the time you're 40, you're probably gonna look like you're in your 50s or 60s. Now, drinking is a little less obvious. And having 1 glass or 1 beer a day is probably not gonna do any damage. But drinking a few glasses a day, on the other hand, can actually increase inflammatory skin conditions like acne or rosacea. Rosacea, I have no idea if I'm saying that right. Dr. Chang says alcohol alters the blood vessels in the skin, causing them to dilate and worsen the appearance of facial redness. These blood vessels can accumulate and cause more persistent redness and could also lead to premature aging of the skin. Alcohol is pretty much like a low dosage of poison. A little bit is not going to kill you or do much damage, but too much over time can have a lot of negative effects on your body, including your skin. Next is small body language. Instead, open up. Give yourself some room to breathe down there, and above your waist too. Instead of standing like this, although sometimes this can be kind of like a little bit of a badass, kind of a judgmental look. I mean, don't look like an asshole, but it kind of helps you to puff your chest out a little bit. But if you do this too much or for too long of a time when you're interacting with someone, like a woman, you're gonna appear closed off instead of open up. In fact, a study was conducted where they analyzed Tinder profiles and found that profiles where the guy seemed more open with expansive body language got more matches versus ones that looked more closed off and small. So a good rule of thumb is just never let your joints touch. Don't do this, things like this or like this. Instead, open up. Keep your hands here. Keep your thumbs in your pockets. Keep your thumbs in your back pockets. And make sure your chest is out. You don't have to overdo it like this. That looks pretty weird. Just make sure you're relaxed and that your joints aren't touching. Number 6 is taking care of your skin, man, because not only is it going to make you look more attractive, like you'll have this healthy looking glowing skin, but when you're older, you'll look a lot younger, which means potentially it'd be easier to date younger women. So it's really simple. You don't need a ton of products. All you need is face wash. Don't use generic hand soap or like bar soap that's for your body or for your hands. Get soap that's actually meant for your face. And just use a face moisturizer 2 times a day. In the morning when you wake up after you wash your face, and in the evening after you wash your face before you go to bed, because it'll keep your face nice and moist instead of dry, and dry skin leads to more wrinkles. And it's a lot better to live in places like Florida where it's more humid versus the desert like Las Vegas where your skin is just gonna be a lot drier. By the way, man, if you like this video, then give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below because it actually really helps the YouTube algorithm. So help a brother out and let me know what's on your mind, any thoughts you have or what other videos you'd like to see on this channel, or maybe you have your own tips, other bad habits that you want to share with others so that we can all avoid them and be the best man we can be. All right, let's get back to the video. Next is always wear sunscreen, especially on your face, because the sun is going to cause the most damage. It's going to give you sunspots, like those brown freckly spots, as well as wrinkles. So even if you're going to go out for like 10 minutes, put some sunscreen on every single time. Even if it's not a sunny day, just put it on. Get in the habit of doing it right after you put on your moisturizer. And I recommend, of course, put it on your body too. You don't want just your face to look young and then you have all these spots and like white spots. I have a few on me already. You don't want too many of those when you're in your 40s or 50s. Some of them are inevitable, but you want to do your best to minimize the damage of the sun. If you're driving a lot, by the way, and you don't put sunscreen on your left arm, then in about 10 years or so, you're probably going to have a lot of spots on that arm. And it's something you could have just easily prevented by a little bit of sunscreen. Next has to do with what you put in your body. Studies have actually shown that countries with low amounts of processed sugar in their diets, teenagers actually don't experience acne when they go through puberty. So if you want to minimize the chance of having a pimply pizza face, then cut out sugar, which includes, of course, obvious things like soft drinks and candy and desserts, but also things like healthy cereals and healthy fruit juices. And if you want your skin to look really good, then stay away from any kind of processed foods or oily foods, which include, of course, fast foods and potato chips. Along with diet is, of course, exercising. Now, not exercising isn't going to automatically make you ugly, but if you have a poor diet along with no exercise, then you're probably going to get fat, and that's going to be unattractive. But back in college, I used to be only 130 pounds. Now I'm about 168 pounds, and you can tell I'm not a meathead, I'm not shredded by any means, but I would be probably pretty scrawny if I didn't lift weights. And women, of course, want to feel safe and protected around a man, so they're usually not attracted to guys that have less muscles than they do. So if you don't have a workout routine, get one, man, and start lifting heavy weights. Next is having bad posture where you're slouching over like this. And most of us do it. It's just a subtle thing, you know, like this instead of like this. Slouching kind of feels a little bit more comfortable sometimes, versus actually just pulling your head up. Like imagine there's a cord at the back of your head just kind of lifting up to the sky. That's how you should be standing, with your shoulders back. Not like this crazy, but just relaxed. And I've noticed that about 90% of my clients have bad posture. So chances are you have bad posture. And there's 2 things you can do right now to help you fix it that don't cost any money. Number one is set a timer on your phone for every 15 minutes. Every time you hear that timer, just adjust your posture. Whether you're sitting down at your desk, just notice and just kind of go back to better posture. And then 15 minutes later, you check it again. Chances are, after a couple minutes, you're slouching again. But after you do this for a few weeks, your posture will improve. And number two is every time you use your phone, instead of like 99.9% of people that look down like this, which is really bad posture, and it's really bad for your neck, instead, have good posture and look at your phone like this. I know it's weird, it's gonna feel a little uncomfortable, and people around you are probably gonna think you're taking pictures of them, but it's gonna improve your posture, because think of how much time you spend on your phone, and if you just made that one little shift and just checked your phone like this, that would make a huge difference. Plus, since everybody's probably going to think you're taking pictures of them, you'll end up not caring what other people think about you, which is a nice little side benefit. Next has to do with the emotions in your face, or lack thereof. A lot of guys want to come off as really cool and mysterious and like, you know, have this badass James Dean vibe. And so they walk up and they say, "Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you." And there's very little emotion in their face. It could have that effect, like you're just this cool, I don't give a shit guy. But chances are you're going to have more of a serial killer vibe. Not only are you not attractive, but you're in the serial killer, super creepy category, which is not good. And then some guys go to the other extreme and they have a big smile on their face. And it either comes off like this, like really fake. Even if it seems genuine, it's too much. It has this vibe like, please like me, I really hope you like me because I need you so much, which is needy and is gonna push her away. It's very unattractive. Instead, it should be somewhere in the middle. It should be a subtle smile or even a smirk, like you're just enjoying yourself. You're always having a good time because you're confident. You see yourself as an awesome guy. It doesn't mean you see yourself above everybody, but you see yourself as a high status man. And when you go to talk to a girl, you're hoping she's going to be an awesome, cool girl too. So it's kind of like, hey, I know I'm awesome. Let's see if you're awesome. Let's have some fun. Let's flirt. And now you can fake that smile all you want, and yeah, you could get good at it. You could become a good actor, but really it has to do with how you feel on the inside. Most women can tell if you're faking it or not. It's very hard to fake your emotions. In fact, good actors, they don't pretend to be feeling a certain way. They actually put themselves in that state. They actually go through those emotions of the person they're pretending to be, which is why your inner confidence, how you feel about yourself, your beliefs about yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, what's going on the inside matters most as far as how attractive you are. So if you know you need to get your inner world handled, then make sure to jump on a breakthrough call with us so we can assess your situation and help you out and give you the coaching that you need to become your best, most attractive, masculine version of yourself. The man that you're meant to be, the man that women just can't resist. Before we get to number one, make sure to follow me on Instagram and send me a DM because we can assess your situation and figure out, what's holding you back, what's making you less attractive, and how can you become the most attractive version of yourself. So make sure to follow me and send me a DM. I want to help you out. All right. Number one is staying in your bubble. What I mean by that, of course, is staying in your comfort zone, because we live in a very comfortable world nowadays, which is great. It's safe. It's more convenient than ever, but we don't have to take risks. And so most of us don't. And we become very timid, very nervous, and just very scared. The opposite of confidence. And of course, confidence is sexy. Women can tell right away. They're very intuitive. Whether you're a confident risk taker, you're a man of courage, or are you a guy who is mostly in a fearful state, you're nervous, and you just always stay in your comfort zone. If you want to raise your confidence, then you gotta get out of your comfort zone and take some risks. You need to get comfortable in uncomfortable situations. It's just like working out, which we talked about earlier. It's not comfortable, it's painful, but you know it's gonna strengthen you as a man. And there's a lot of other things you can do that are gonna strengthen you as a man. You can either take workshops with us where we're gonna get you out of your comfort zone and help you approach women, or you can download my free confidence cheat sheet that I'll tell you about in just a second. Look, man, if you do these 10 things on a daily basis and you make them a habit, you will not only look a lot more attractive, but you'll also feel more attractive. You'll look in the mirror and be like, wow, I want to do that guy. And you'll probably feel a lot more confidence as well. And confidence is definitely something that makes you more attractive. So if you don't already have my free confidence cheat sheet, why the heck not, man? It's absolutely free. Speaking of open body language, there you go. Download it, man. It gives you 18 different ways to boost your confidence on a daily basis. These are simple habits, in addition to the ones right here, that are going to make you feel more confident and more charismatic. So click the link at the end of this video and also put a link down in the description. And make sure to subscribe to this channel, click that bell notification icon so you don't miss a thing, and follow me on Instagram. I would love to chat with you. My name is Matt Artisan from The Attractive Man, and if you want live coaching, I'll put a link to our bootcamp schedule down in the description as well. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.